The Tamayo boys couldn't,
We couldn't make it. They had
I
an
talked to
urgent
one of
issue.
the emergency.
Okay, so what I do is table it again. I need a motion. I need a motion by Councilman Medina to go ahead and table this item B.
I see.
And a second by Councilman Garcelo. All in favor of motion?
Aye.
Motion passes. We go to 7C, introduction of the newly appointed board members of Mammoth Senior Citizen Committee.
Mercy did that earlier, so
Oh, she
I don't
did
know.
that, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to reintroduce them.
Okay, did you want to introduce the whole board that you have now? I know that Debbie,
Betty's not here, but Wanda is our vice president, and Nancy is our secretary. And then we have 3 members, which are not here, but I still want to invite everybody to join us,
okay.
because we did agree to do it as a whole. And they haven't showed up, but it's still open.
Okay, thank you. Item 7D, appoint commissioner for the senior citizen organization. At this time, I'm gonna go ahead and appoint Gina Medina as commissioner to the senior citizens. And she'll be working based on to the council. So Gina,
Thank you.
I'll go to item 7E, senior citizen organization reports, Chairman Mercy Tellez and Treasurer Nancy Dar.
That pretty much has been
Pretty
taken
much,
care of.
okay, so I'll go to item, no information. We'll go to item 7F, intergovernmental agreement between the Hila Workforce Investment Board and Town of Mammoth. Miller,
Yes, for the library, there's an opportunity for us to enter into an agreement with the Kilo Canal County Workforce Investment Board. And what the purpose of the agreement is to establish a local access point in Canal County under the Workforce Investment Act. And the access point model consists of local entities, organizations, and businesses where job search services can be provided. They will train us to assist individuals and connect them to Arizona Job Connection websites. And what they're going to do is they're going to provide us with paper, ink, and signage so that, and also programs for our computers so that we can give our people in our community the opportunity to go in and do job searching and print out applications for free. And in this money will help us provide, all the paperwork they need to print out. It'll help them to create and print out their resumes, and it gives them access to this resource. And basically, the contract, I gave it to Patsy so the lawyer could look over it because it had a lot of statutes and stuff in there, and it was they got a pretty serious agreement here, so I wanted to get it approved before I just signed it.
it's already been,
I have a question.
Yes.
You said this money would help, it doesn't say money, are we getting money for this?
No, we're not getting money. The money is going to be in the form of ink, which is quite expensive, and paper, which will provide the people the opportunity to print out their resumes. That's where the money comes in. They're also providing us with computer programs and access to their job search centers and stuff. So, and along with the time they're taking out for training and the provision of access point signage that lets the community know that we'll be an access point.
So this program it's not anything new, it's just a continuing, they've had it before, or is this the first time?
No, we have not had it. This is a new opportunity for us.
But it's new to us, but not to the county, or it's new all over?
It's a new program altogether. I
Altogether?
believe that's the way it was presented to me, as a new program.
that's why we have to adopt and you have, I was gonna say, have you reviewed
I reviewed the agreement, and it's a standard form that they're going to be utilizing with other communities that are participating in this program.
Okay. I need a motion to go ahead and approve this intergovernmental agreement.
I'd like to approve the intergovernmental.
Okay, I motion by Councilman Medina, go ahead and approve the intergovernmental agreement between the Gila County and now Workforce Investment Board and the Town of Mammoth. Need a second on that?
I second.
A second by Councilman Marshall. All in favor of motion?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. 7G, adopt resolution number 2013-09, setting storage and vehicle impound fees at the Town of Mammoth Storage Impound Yard. Mr.
What are you gonna?
Hold on, Mr. Cooper, see, before you ask.
Mayor, council members, I was given this directive from your study session where you had studied this issue, basically of setting up fees for the impound storage yard as a result of Arizona statutes which require that an automobile has to basically be impounded for violations of DUI laws, suspended license, no insurance, those type of issues that are there. Tonight, basically, the resolution presented to you has an emergency clause. Unfortunately, in the agenda, we did not list that as an emergency, so if you were to approve this tonight, it would take effect 30 days later, it would not be effective immediately. And the only thing on this is that we are only seeking to have a storage fee of $15 per day. There is not a fee that is being assessed, any other fee that's being assessed. But if a vehicle is impounded in the yard, basically as a prerequisite to get it removed from the yard, any tow fees or any other type of fees that are authorized under the statute would need to be paid along with the daily storage fee that's incurred on that. And as far as the discussions about basically the policy, I was not around that, or whether the council should, whether the council should adopt this or not. I was not involved in those discussions, but it's my understanding that the chief basically modeled this after other communities that basically have a similar program where they have impound yards.
In Pinal County?
I believe that he told me.
Excuse me, Francis.
Yeah, I believe he did talk to, it's my understanding the chief did speak to a couple of other agencies. And
Joe?
answered my question.
And then I also had a question. Is it also conflict of interest for the town to do this?
Francis, you need to ask for the floor before you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You should know about
It's not a conflict of interest, first of all, because the town is setting a policy and we have a storage yard, and we have spent some time and money basically modernizing it. We currently have some of our police vehicles are stored there, and we're basically just setting up an impound yard, but we're not basically doing the towing. We're basically having a tow operator will bring the vehicle to us. We're just making sure that the fees and requirements under state law will be met, and we'll be monitoring them by utilizing the storage yard. And also that if there is a dispute, as in the past, there could have been issues where basically a tow operator and it has a storage yard, there may have been a dispute as to what the fees are there. And I'm not saying that anything was done improper or not, but it would be difficult for us to basically determine who's right or wrong, because we're not controlling the storage yard. This way is basically doing it, and it's my understanding that the police chief wanted to begin doing this, and that he spoke to the council in the study session and explained his reasons to you in more detail. Also, it's my, he's basically has a medical issue, so he couldn't be here tonight to answer any more questions. But as far as a conflict of interest, no, it's not a conflict of interest, unless somebody on the council is in the tow business that I'm not aware of.
And I think the town's not in the business of towing. Larry's got a business. I think we had a little discussion. We're not in the business to take over, there's only certain impounds we're gonna take care of. And our yard's not that big, it's a small yard. And I think the goal was to secure the area, because you're gonna have the booking down there. That was the main thing, secure that, and if we do get drug seizure, we will, secure those cars, and that's about it. We're not in the, storage business.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question for
Go
Mr.
ahead,
Cooper.
Councilor.
I just want to confirm that it's a 30-day period before it's the effective date. Is that correct? However, we can begin using it.
You can begin using it. The fee and the actual fee is being charged will not be implemented until 30 days after the passage of this resolution, because we did not have the emergency notice posted on the agenda. But as far as, but as far as utilizing it, there'd be no prohibition against you utilizing it immediately upon the passage of this resolution.
I'd just like to say that a couple of months ago, you're trying to break the lease on the distributor up in the water town. And now, we're going in against Larry, trying to take his business away. That's a heck of a way to bring in new businesses to this town. Thank you.
I think you misunderstood. I just made a statement, Joe. We're not in the towing business.
Mayor? Yes, I think that what we need to do is, if we make the motion to do this, could we sit down with, what evidently Mr. Estrada knows something that we're not aware of. Could, if we make the motion and pass it, and then can we sit down with him and maybe he can elaborate on what is wrong? We know why we can't do it.
Councilmember Barcelo, if you pass this resolution tonight, 30 days from now, the $15 a day fee will basically kick in. The resolution will not be effective until 30 days. You have the opportunity to meet with them and have some discussion about it, and also get the information we want to provide to you. And if you feel that basically after receiving the information that you want to modify, repeal the resolution, or set a new effective date, you certainly have the opportunity to come back and reconsider the resolution that you passed.
And we already have the plans when we're gonna meet with him. So we'll be doing that as soon as we can get the chief to meet with us. We'll have a meeting with the commissioner and myself and young manager there to talk about all this.
But I've talked to him, and it's not about taking business away, it's not trying to put him under. I think that in the past few months, what we would think that we, without knowing anything right now, that we think that would come in that category, it's been probably 3-4 cars, Patsy? Since
I'm actually, honestly, I'm aware of one.
one, okay. So it's not, I'm not trying to pat you on the back, or you pat me on the back, Larry. It's not about taking your job or giving you a job or from anybody else. It's getting expensive to operate, and with what they wanna do, Marty, get the canine, you know, the bags of food are $50 a piece. So it's just trying to cover some of the costs.
Mr. Mayor.
Excuse me.
Okay. On the 30-day, it's a state law that shows that the town is getting $150 already just to do the release. So if you get that 150, you can't charge the $50 a day. It's a state law through DPS and through Pinal County and all them, that you cannot charge that $50 because you're already getting the 150. And then if you do keep the vehicle here and you charge the 150 to release the vehicle, and you use us to tow the vehicle in, well, you have to pay the towing out of the 150. So where, you're still gonna be making less money than you were in. So right now, by just doing the release, you get the 150, and without having to be taking care of a vehicle, having extra people to be doing all that for the impound, to be releasing vehicles, to be taking care of vehicles. The dog is supposed to be for to get people that got with drugs or money. And if you get a vehicle that's coming in with the money that's going to be seized or drugs, that dog is getting paid with that. And the 30-day impounds, it's not a thing that's going to be. It is a conflict of interest on it, because you're trying to make this into a business, because you're charging $50 a day and you're not supposed to. I've talked to people in DPS that right now I have to go further in to get the information that shows that it's not allowed for a town to do that. Other places I've tried to do that, and then they found out that they can't do it. A couple other stations try to do that, and it's not allowed to do that.
And like I
At the
said,
150, you guys are getting that when you do a 30-day impound, before I can release that vehicle, you have to get a release here, and you are charging the $150, and that's already giving you the $150 that, you know, that it's not, you don't need to have that $50 daily on there, because that's gonna put you more into a, right now, out of 9 vehicles that I pick up for a 30-day, 1 gets picked up. And I have, most of those vehicles that get picked up for 30 days are people that they're in trouble with already, that they gotta pay more dues on it, so they leave the vehicle. That yard that you guys have will get filled up so quick that it's gonna, you guys are gonna have more trouble trying to get rid of the vehicles to get money, and you're gonna be putting more money into it, that it's not worth for you guys to get into something like that. And that's where I keep trying to explain to you guys that it's not, that if you do get into it, you're getting into a business. And that's what it's coming up to, a business in the town.
Business like we talk, you know, like you're.
And that's what I'm saying. If you start doing that, storing it and charging the $50, it'll become a business on it. And you can't do that because it's a company. Because you can bring the vehicle in and they can start bringing more vehicles and then saying, okay, the more I bring, the more money I'll be getting out of here. And then when, the other thing is to release them, sometimes it takes a full 30 days and sometimes you could release it the next day. The officer, the impounding officer could be on vacation and the vehicle can be released, so it'll stay the full 30 days and he says, well, I can't be here, so it'll be making money in there, so it's a revenue that is coming to, that'll become a business item. So those are the things, you are getting $150 no matter what, and without having to deal with other issues that they come with that. There's other issues that you gotta apply for abandonments, and you have certain days to do the abandonment, and if you don't do it, the owner of the vehicle could come back to you and sue you for it and not pay a penny out of that. So then you lose the $150 and you lose the storage on it. So there's a lot of issues that come with it. It's not just put a yard and store vehicles in it.
And like I told you, that's not our intent. Our intent is to secure the area for booking purposes. And if we have to seize vehicles with drugs.
Yeah, the seizures. Yeah,
And like you're saying, that
total
yard, it's not even small.
Yeah. The seizures, I don't have any problem that it's because it's done through all the law enforcement. And I even tow all the way to Tucson to take them from DPS and take them all the way to Valencia and Tucson Boulevard when it's a seizure that they're going to take off. But the 30-day impounds, there is a law on it, and you can't do it because it'll become a business on it. So that's all. Thank you.
No, go ahead.
I need a motion to go ahead and pass this resolution.
So I make a motion that we adopt the resolution 2013-09 for the storage yard, and that we find out all the details on what it would take, what it's even gonna be worth. We need to research it.
Okay. I have a motion by Councilman Barsal to approve resolution number 20-09. Do you have a second? Second by Mr. Gallego. All in favor of the motion? Aye. All vote?
No.
Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Wickham,
No.
Councilman Barcelo,
Yes.
Councilman Gallego, Mayor Barcelo,
Yes.
Councilman Brewer, Vice Mayor Medina.
Yes.
5-1, it passes. We'll go to item H. Remove from surplus 1997 Dodge Corolla and allow senior citizens use. I brought up that last time. The senior citizens brought up that we need some around town only to pick up and deliver meals and pick up senior citizens that need to be picked up. So I'd like to remove it from the surplus. We need a motion, I guess, make a motion.
I'll make a motion that we remove it from surplus.
Yeah, a motion by Councilman Medina to go ahead and remove from the surplus in 1997 Dodge Corolla.
Question on the motion.
Oh, Okay, Joe. The motion.
Was it, aren't they already using this thing without the motion?
Yeah.
They're already done it, all right.
I think so, I'm not sure.
I don't think this van should be, they're not taking it out of town.
No.
That's,
In fact, the mechanic advised them not to take it out for a while.
okay, so we have a second by Councilman Barcelo. All in favor of the motion? Aye. Roll call, Patsy.
Councilwoman Wickham,
No.
Councilman Barcelo,
Yes.
Councilman Gallego,
Yes.
Mayor Barcelo,
Yes.
Councilman Brewer, Vice Mayor Medina.
Yes.
84. Motion passes. 8, executive session.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, we'll go to item 9, council comments.
I have to make a few
Go ahead, Joe.
First, I'd like to say that was a well-orchestrated call to the public. I will get that fictitious police report, find out who the officer was who made this fictitious report, and we'll go from there. But, on the minutes of special meeting, they made a report. I can't make out who did it because nobody would sign it. They wrote a big article on me boycotting a special meeting that was called for 10 o'clock on October 25th.
I wrote it.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyway, what they said on top, yes, I did come in and out looking at the clock, because the meeting was called illegal without 24-hour notice. If I would've came in and sat here and made the quorum, would not have been as guilty as they were. So I stayed outside waiting to see if they would get a fourth member. If they would've got a fourth member, then I would've came in and told them they're holding an illegal meeting. Huh? It didn't happen, because I left about 15 after. The meeting, nobody's here. Yes, I did go outside and said, there's no quorum, I'm leaving. I didn't cancel no meeting. Everybody that comes to meetings knows that if I try to submit something for the agenda, the mayor won't even put it on there. So where do I get the authority to call off a meeting? Come on, what a farce. In the article put out in the paper, well, that's a good one too. They mentioned the $600,000. I said they're missing money. I said there's misuse of money. You proved it, put it in the paper. That $600,000, you say we're behind HUF fund. In count number 91858, we had $622,000 plus. That HUF fund could have been paid off of that. It could have been paid off the bank. Nope, it didn't do it.
It's her.
Her funds. And
All
those,
it is people showboating, trying to make yourself look good, just like you did right here. All you're doing, the people know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. We were hoping I'd get up and walk out. It's not gonna happen. Your games are gonna come to an end. Your laughter's gonna come to an end.
well, I'm glad I'm not in these shoes. Anyway, I'd
Well,
like
and in
to,
their eagerness to write this bashing complaints on me, they wrote 2 complaints for me to the Attorney General's office. And one, because the first meeting was called with 16-hour notice. The second one was called at 10:25, wasn't even advertised. Thank you.
Joe, every meeting is illegal for you. We have witnesses. We have the police chief, we have dispatchers that witness when Patsy puts up the agendas. Okay? So you're not authority on that.
They're supposed to be
That's
delivered
my
to the
comment.
council.
Joe, that's my comment, okay? I'm commenting now, as a council. I'd like to thank everybody for coming and hearing, you know, the council.
Mayor, I'm
We
not
still
done.
have, we still have comments.
Well, I'm commenting. Well, go ahead, Councilman.
Maybe we ought to change Joe Brewer's name and put Mr. Wonderful on. this guy, anything that we do, no matter what it is, it's going to be a problem. Why don't you go out there and look and see what's going on instead of going around talking, criticizing the council? You know, we're doing the best we can. We don't, everybody knows that we don't have very much money. Yet, you know, the children have a good place to play. And, you know, we're just doing what we can to help out.
You have something to say?
Yes. Yes, I want to comment. First of all, the reason why I voted no on the van for the seniors, I have been trying to get a van for years for the seniors. I feel that they should have one. But at one of the last two meetings, when you guys were going to sell it, and I said, I brought up about the fact, wasn't that going to be given to the seniors? And you said it was a piece of garbage, it wasn't something that they could use, that you wanted them in brand new vans. And now all of a sudden, it's operable and they're going to be using it. So that's my reason why I voted no. I believe that you should have a ban. Also, I want to comment that I feel that it is very disrespectful for when the agendas are delivered to our house. Mine have been thrown on the ground. They have been put on my car. I have found them under the car when it's windy. In the past, they used to say respectfully, they would have councilwoman or whatever. Now they just have the name. Some of them are showing up, I've been told, without even a name on it. We are elected officials, some of us. 3 are appointed. But I think the respect should be there as we try to be respectful. Also, I want to bring up, and I don't know if this, I know the police are delivering them. They deliver the agendas. I do not appreciate that they're taking them at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. I don't even know who our police officers are. They're going through a revolving door. I look at one, I don't know if they're gonna be there the next day, who's gonna show up at my house. It could be anybody. So and I've already reported this to the commissioner about the disrespect, the police commissioner. And it's still continuing to happen. Also, I wanna comment on this, we didn't get a chance to because you did not ask for discussion or questions on the approval of staff recommendations and reports. On this one is titled Payment Approval Report. The other one is Combined Cash Investments. I am just in awe and just amazed that all the councilmen sitting here have looked at all of these and understand everything of where this money is going and coming, because I sat down with a couple of accountants to explain this to me. And it took us hours to go over this. Where is this money? All of a sudden, and I'm still going back months, because now $60,000 has appeared here. There was a question that there was somewhere, it's not there, and now it's here. So I'm just commenting that I'm looking at these, and I hope all the councilmen are looking at this and you understand all of this, because there are a lot of miscellaneous. And when we're dealing with taxpayers' money, we don't want to see miscellaneous. It should be totally explained. And I have asked in the past for a study session or work session so that we can have this explained to us. And I don't know, maybe all the councilmen, like I say, maybe it's just me that I don't understand it. Thank you.
Thank you, Francis. Gina, do you have any comment?
Yeah, I'd like to say that the senior center, the girls are doing a fabulous job, and the food is very good, and I want to thank them.
I also want to thank the senior citizens. I'm very,
You haven't been there, so you can't move.
Mr. Sloan, you have to. The senior citizens have done real good. They've had over $1,000 raised from their food, donations, and they're providing a real good service, and they're well organized. And the whole town public works are working very hard to make improvements to the sidewalks and anything they do. Pablo's been, working, and all the workers are contributing real hard and working. So the whole town is moving forward, except we have a couple that, everything's wrong, even the accounts which are written on there. And that's why we have accountants. And we have CPAs that do all this. So, you know, I don't think it's the council doing that. But, you know, if you have any questions, you can call the CPAs when they come to talk to them. That's why we have the accounts payable and everything's on. And thank you everybody for coming. With that, I'd like to entertain, number 10, adjourn.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
We have a motion by Councilman Medina to adjourn and a second by I guess we don't adjourn.
I'll make it.
I'll make it. Okay, then.